Hey everybody, it's Six and I'm back. And this time I'm doing a full play of one of Resident Evil 5's DLCs. It's called Lost in Nightmares. It's the story before the story of Resident Evil 5, the situation that happened between Jill, Chris, and Wesker at is it Spencer's mansion? Let's find out.
A few years ago, the BSAA received intel as to the whereabouts of Umbrella's founder, Oswell E. Spencer. Jill and I were ordered by the BSAA's European headquarters to apprehend him. We accepted that mission in the hopes of uncovering some info that would lead us to Wesker.
Master of unlocking.
Chris to HQ, come in. We're at the target's location.
Copy that, Chris. Move in and procure the target.
Roger that.
What can you tell us about the area?
The satellite scan isn't showing anything out of the ordinary, but regardless, you should expect the unexpected.
Understood.
Still got it.
We're in.
Let's move.
I love the fact that even though this is just DLC and it's short, it's an OG team up, Chris and Jill. Look at that, we're inside the man. It's already violent, but okay. So this DLC has a special feature where it lets you play with the OG static view from the old Resident Evils 1, 2, and 3. And this is just what you have to do in order to activate it, at least for the first part of the DLC. See, there you go. And the thing is, I've never played this like this. I've known that this existed basically and never actually played it. Me and Mrs. Gunn actually played through this way back when it first released. And I played as Chris and she played as Jill. We only played through it once, and that was like eons ago. So this is my playthrough going through this again on my old save file, because when you play through it, you actually unlock the ability to play as Jill. And Jill was my favorite character, so this is basically just me playing this on single player with Chris as the Chris as my NPC partner, which is why he's like right on my back. So yeah, so basically just going through this. Also, so let's see what we have.
Roger.
I'm able to use the two menus to manage the amount of items and weapons that we have. I don't remember this actually being too tough of a DLC as far as I remember. I just don't remember everything that I did though. Now see these score stars, there's going to be a bunch of them that pop up throughout the game. Like look, you can see it right there. Look, right there. I'm not focusing on these because I'm not focusing on the score. I just want to play through the DLC. Like if you ever watched any of my videos before, you know I'm not really focused on scores and all that type of stuff. I just like the experience. So I'm not really gonna be focusing on the score stars. It's more like just going through the story again. So okay, so I need some type of hand crank, which is typical of Resident Evil, obviously. See, I don't need those. Like, I'm not worried about those. But yeah, this is cool. I think this is pretty cool that in Resident Evil 5, you actually, even though it's just DLC, you do get to play as Jill. Jill was always my favorite character in the Resident Evil stories anyway. Like, Mrs. Gunn, her favorite character was always Leon. Oh! Okay, that's...
Eagle 5 to Nest. Come in.
Go ahead, Eagle 5.
We've encountered some corpses, possibly Spencer's bodyguards. From what I can see, they appear to have been killed by unconventional means.
Roger that. We knew this mission wouldn't be a cakewalk. Use extreme caution.
I knew it wasn't a cakewalk, but they sent 2 agents. Okay, makes sense. Perfect sense for Resident Evil. But yeah, so if you've played through, sorry if I'm giving away any spoilers, if you've played through Resident Evil 5, they actually show a flashback of how Jill was captured by Wesker, and this is basically the scene, basically this part of the game that happens before that all happens, with Wesker having the conversation with Spencer, and then him eliminating Spencer and taking over. And then right after that happens is when Wesker gets confronted by Jill and Chris. So basically this is just the scene before the scene. And they give you a little bit of stuff here to do, so which is pretty cool. I also thought that this gear that she has is like, this is like top-notch gear, like right up there with like her Resident Evil 1 gear. Like, I like this gear because it's like, it's Jill. It's not a super like superhero bodysuit or anything. She just got on some military type police gear. Okay, so I was able to do a little bit of digging, and I realized that this diary this diary is from the keeper of the estate from the original Resident Evil. So basically somebody who's seen everything that was going on before like everything went down. That's his book. Crazy. And a password, yes. Okay, so apparently I need 3 of these. At the minimum, I'm thinking, because at least, oh man. Now I'll keep this one for myself, but I could have sworn there was an item in the bed. That's how detailed the game is. But okay, so everything's solid so far. But if I find another weapon, I'll just make sure I give it to Chris, because I like to spread my stuff around and not hoard them. I like how it's like claustrophobic and there's multiple floors and stuff, so there's plenty to explore. This is the Resident Evil that I love right here, but okay. Boom. We got that Sheva special. So technically Sheva got it from Jill. If the DLC happened before. I love how like the thunder, like the mood is like right there, like it's dark and creepy. Nobody's around. And you got the lightning, but there's no rain. It's crazy. This is awesome. Like, if you haven't had a chance to play this DLC, I highly suggest it, because it's a nice quick romp through the mansion, and you get to see some cool stuff. So. Oh, okay, so here we go. The sniper rifle. Now I'll give the sniper rifle to Chris, and he can use that as backup to help me in case I need it. And I'll keep the Magnum for myself. Alright, guess it's time to jump down.
Kinda takes you back, doesn't it?
Raccoon City? Unfortunately, yeah. That's where all this started.
Hard to believe that was 8 years ago. Guess I am getting older.
You're not the only one.
So I've done a couple of videos before of me and Mrs. Gunn. We're going to do a prep to do the story mode over again. And so we played Mercenaries a couple of times, and Jill was always my favorite character because she's one of the more difficult characters to use.
Thanks.
All right, that's for you, Chris, and let's keep it moving. So I've always liked that cat. I always liked this Jill. It's another die. I like how they have like tidbits like this, like of the lore of the game. Just explaining what happened, like on the parts that you don't really get to see on part 5's basic story mode. Because if you play the story mode, you see Chris, you could tell Chris was going through a lot not having Jill with him on his mission. And also, if you played through the Resident Evil series, one thing that you know about Chris is that everybody dies around him for some reason. Every time he has a crew, every time he has like some type of squad, he's a leader, his crew always gets sliced up. Like, it's crazy. He loses a lot of people close to him. So you get to see this part of like how they work together, because on Resident Evil 1 you don't really get to see that like that. because it like split up. But like as a team, it's a different type of dynamic. Okay, cool. So I got number 1. And we're gonna keep it pushing. So let's see what else is in here. There's not a lot of items apparently, but there is a lot of atmosphere here. It wouldn't make sense to have that without some reason. So, but yeah, I love this. Like, look at the different cameras. This is like this. This is the old school type stuff I was missing out on. What in the hoogly moogly was that? Let's keep moving. Oh goodness gracious! I haven't played this in forever, so I don't remember. Wow, they got herbs in there? Okay. Wait. What's the point of having a red herb and no green herb? They gave me that in advance, I guess. I just hope, okay, I'm just glad this isn't the choke point where they just, like whatever monster decides to pop up or zombie or whatever. Okay, so let's see what we got. Oh, it looks like another document. That's unsettling. Yeah, this is clearly the caretaker of the estate, like the butler, perhaps. Crazy thing is, in the flashback, if you play in Resident Evil 5, you don't see any of that. Oh, piano. You don't see any of that stuff because all you see is just the interaction between Spencer and Wesker. And Spencer is already super old anyway. So it's kind of like, what threat is he? Marcus is I think Marcus was already gone. Spencer was nearly on his deathbed. And Ashford was on Code Veronica, was already, everybody was already, all of the OGs are already gone, which is crazy.
Last time I played this.
You think you can still play it?
You mean right now? I don't know. It's been a while.
It's crazy. I don't know if I can play the symphony, but suddenly I can just do it. This is how I would have been if I had to do it. Okay, let's. Okay, it's time to get focused. It's basically just pressing the button. The button at the right time, so it's just a matter of patience. Look at the wall, you can see it slowly going down and Chris is standing there. So let's just hurry this up a little bit so he can get to the meat of the potatoes. Look at him, he's still standing there. Pew! He just went, hurry up, Chris. Alright, cool. So that's for that door from the very beginning that we saw. It's crazy. She's just like, I don't know if I can play the symphony. It's been years, and then just completely did it. It's just like, what? Oh no. Oh snap. Oh, that was the thing that was making the noise. Oh, this is so weird trying to aim with this type of perspective. What in the world? What are you doing? Alright, well, we need to roll because we're not sitting there trying to find out. Why did he even do that? Alright, we out of here. Sheesh. Okay, so at least let's go use the emblem on the door. There is some backtracking, but this isn't even all that big, so this ain't even a huge deal. Okay, so. Ooh, look at the lighting. Look at, like, that is freaking awesome. Like, this is the type of stuff that I really do appreciate in the, oh! That one actually got me. Is that an actual bird? It wasn't even a bat? Which one was it? Oh yeah, wasn't it the original Resident Evil that had that scene? Was it like the dogs jump through the windows? It's like one of the most classic horror scares in video games of all time. It's just so. Why is there a gate here? This is kind of strange. This looks like a storage area. A lot of cages. I see Chris picking stuff up without letting me know. Okay, so let's take these. There's a few of them. I can probably split these up with Chris. I'll
Use this.
the grenades and I'll give him the incendiary.
Much appreciated.
So we're pretty even. He's got a couple of healths. He's got the sniper rifle, his handgun. I got my Magnum, my handgun, and the health aid. And we should be pretty solid. You know? Only enemy we've encountered is just that one that actually ran past us, destroyed the door, and walked in. I don't understand why that even happened, but I'm just like, whatever. Hopefully he doesn't hear us. Down here. I'm trying to remember, does Resident Evil 5, I don't think Resident Evil 5 heat sensitive paper goes right there in the top right hand corner, that space that we ran past a few times. The fireplace definitely makes perfect sense. It's locked on the inside. Okay, well I guess we'll run back into that later. I'm trying to think. Yeah, Resident Evil 5 did not have a pursuit monster. Like how Resident Evil 2 had Mr. X and Resident Evil 3 had Nemesis. And I guess Eustanak from Resident Evil 6. Alright, Jill.
You haven't lost your touch.
Jill sandwich. I know, right? It's so stupid. Anyway. Alright, this looks like Spencer's library. Or at least an office. I got two. I just gotta get that. Oh, okay. I gotta get that last one. One thing that I did like about Resident Evil is that how they just keep going with the story. It's still, even though it's been kind of wonky in the later years, they still continue the story. Resident Evil is like timeless now. It came out like the early 90s. Oh, is that another bat? Okay, yeah, that third one wasn't that scary. Alright, so let's go back to this fireplace. Well, they keep continuing the story. Remember, I think they tied Mother Miranda to Umbrella. It's like they tied everything together as best as they could, and they're still continuing. I can't wait till Requiem comes out too. That's going to be an experience. Okay, so the heat sensor paper gave me password number 2. So we got 1, 2, and 3. Let's roll. Alright. I didn't want y'all to have to sit through all that. Okay. Mr. Albert Wesker. I know Wesker is gone now, but I wonder how that would tie into Requiem. It probably wouldn't. But then again, would they be able to? That would be interesting. But it seems like if the goal was for Chris and Jill to find out what was going on in the whole Umbrella incident, this computer would definitely be evidence, because he's just like, There's way too much evidence for them not to be able to like incriminate Umbrella with all the stuff that they're doing. But then again, they're probably so big that this stuff doesn't even matter. I don't know any of those names. I see Albert. I wonder if William. That would be so crazy if William was William Birkin. Ah, here we go. Okay, so this is our next destination. And we just gotta figure out what to go do next. So we're going in. I don't like the way this goes. Oh, crap. Oh, dang. Okay, so I gotta hurry up. So apparently, all right. So
we gotta shut it off.
I don't know who was worse. Who do y'all think was worse in this situation? You think it was Chris jumping into the room, or Ashley on Resident Evil 4 pushing away from Leon and then like slowly backing up into that trash? Both of them were trash. All right, come on, hurry up, Chris.
It's open.
How about, look at that, how about that aim? Okay, dude. This dude did win like awards at Star at headquarters. So that aim came in handy.
Thanks. Let's hope all the rooms aren't rigged like this.
That was one of the easiest puzzles to solve though. I would say, I think it was the one on Resident Evil 4 where Ashley is trapped behind that machine with the cult members are driving with the drill and you had to shoot them. This one was literally nothing like that. All you had to do was just hit the switch, but they locked the door on you so you couldn't get in there, which is kind of clever, but I mean it's really easy. So far the puzzles we've gone through in here aren't too tough. Just play the piano, helping Chris get out of the death trap. It looks like a few people didn't make it through. So there's that, but yeah, it's nothing too rough here. Oh, these score stars are so annoying. Ah, now we can go back to where that crank was at. And it probably takes us to the second part. But yeah, this is cool. This is nice and I wouldn't say relaxing because it's more like tense. But this isn't bad. This is actually pretty cool. Especially with the static view is an excellent touch. I like this. This is cool. Okay, so we want to head on down and use the crank here. And I'll turn it so he can go. And I know he probably got to go in and hit a switch or something. So I'll let him do it. Alright, so. Oh, okay, I see how the mechanism works. Somebody has to turn it in order for it to go through. Golly, look at how dangerous that is. Like, all it takes is one operational error for us to screw everybody up. Look, there we go. The iconic OG duo going into the dangerous dungeons. All right, so here we go. All right, I'll see y'all in the next part.